So let's talk a bit about the term factor versus the term. So let's start with the definition as usual. We say the following phrase: A is a factor of C. A is a factor of C. What this means is that A is essentially a piece of C, a smaller sub-part of C, but it's more specific than that. I can break C down so that one piece is A, and then there's some other piece which I will call B. But this is very important. The piece called A and the piece called B are being multiplied together to yield C. Multiplication. So take, for example, 4 and 12. Is 4 a factor of 12? Could 4 be multiplied by something else to give you 12? Well, I could write 4 times 3 equals 12, so I could multiply 4 by 3 and get 12 as a result. So I would say, yes, 4 is a factor of 12. Is x plus 2? Is x plus 2 a factor of 3 times x plus 2? I would say yes in this case as well, because to build up 3 times x plus 2, I could take x plus 2 and multiply it by 3. And it's that multiplication here which is really key. Multiplication, factor, multiply. Let's compare that with this example here. Is x plus 2 a factor of 3x plus 2 plus 5? Well, now I'm a little bit more suspicious, because to build 3x plus 2 plus 5, we have to multiply x plus 2 by 3. And since that's multiplication, that's very compatible with being a factor. But then we have to add 5 to that result. And it's the addition which causes the problem. For factors, we should have only multiplication. But as soon as you add 5, we have to say no, x plus 2 is not a factor of 3x plus 2 plus 5. It's this quantity that's being added to x plus 2, which is causing the issue. So please be careful. I would say in chapter 8, as students are working, this is probably the issue that causes the most heartache, because when you're going to simplify a rational expression, your goal is to do that by canceling common factors. And so you have to be really sure what is a factor and what is not. If something is a factor, both in the numerator and in the denominator, it can be canceled. But if something is not a factor of the numerator, it can't be canceled. And if a quantity is not a factor of the denominator, it still can't be canceled.